It's the train from Lagos to Port Harcourt, now the federal capital, with the very first edition of the I Beg to Differ debate. We've been calling for entries. We've been soliciting for you to be a part of it. And we finally got our debaters. And we're starting off today. This week, round of 16. For every day, Monday through to Thursday, we're going to have two sets of debaters who are going to join us in the studio with different arguments that they would have to present. It's going to be intense. I see them seated already in the studio, looking all composed and ready to go. I feel like they're looking at each other eyeball to eyeball, like, all right, 1 million naira, here we go. But I'm not going to put too much pressure on you anyway. On the debaters, that is just to welcome you. Hope you're all comfortably seated in the studio. I'm also here joined by the very delectable Swat Dunia. And
good afternoon, Abuja. Good afternoon, whole wide world. I know people are listening to us from every part of the country, every part of the world. We welcome you to the very first edition of I Beg to Differ here in Abuja. We're glad to have you.
Indeed we are, and just to let you know on how this goes, a little bit of the rules. So we mentioned that we're starting with the round of 16, Monday to Thursday, and we'll eliminate as we go. Depends on what the impartial judges decide today. You're not going to see them. We'll mention who they are in a bit. We'll decide who stays for the next round, the quarterfinals, and then up until the finals. And to just let you in on what is expected, each debate consists of 3 rounds. We're going to have the presentation, the rebuttal, and closing. And in the presentation round, both debaters are given 3 minutes each to make their case. The judges will score the presentation round on their number, quality, originality of unique points made, clarity of thoughts, and eloquence of presentation will be something they look at. And we have our bell already. The timekeeper is already set to ensure that no second is wasted. In the rebuttal phase, each debater is also given 3 minutes to address and refute their opponent's point from the presentation made earlier on. And the judges will score the presentation round on the number of opening points addressed, the strength of rebuttal of each point, clarity of thoughts, and eloquence of presentation. And then we have the closing, in which each debater will also be given 3 minutes each to make final point and respond to their opponent's rebuttal. The same scoring apply. If by some chance they meet neck to neck and it's a tie, we'll go to the tiebreaker. I feel like it should come with a special effect, don't you think, Swat?
Yes,
if
indeed.
we do get there. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it depends on the score we get from our judges. They'll go for the tiebreaker, and the debater will switch side. So the one who argued for the motion will switch to beg to differ. You know, and that's how it works. So each debater will now have 5 minutes to argue their position previously argued by the opponent. Debaters will score for original points they made, which are missed by the opponent, and for rebuttal to their previous presentation. So the winner of the debate will now qualify for the round of 8, which will be next week. I feel like the stage is set. The debaters are ready. The judges are in the secretariat. And I'm sure pen and paper to take in. From the minute the clock starts ticking, they will start recording. And just to let you know that our judges are...
Well, we have Irene Bangwell, who is the co-founder, the NOSC 100 Naira a Day School Kuje. She's a co-founder of the NOSC 100 Naira a Day School Kuje and Girls Coach Raising Girls.
Yeah, and we have our very own Dr. Mazeeda Dahiru. We do call him a doctor on the round table. Mazeeda Dahiru is a researcher, is a columnist, and is the tech team lead of Luke's Terror Leadership Foundation. And they are already in their secretariat, seated with all that is required to make them comfortable to listen to the brilliant argument that were made by our guest today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, we're ready. We'll start off with the presentation phase. And the debate for today, the very first edition with the first set, is social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers. Social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers. And we have two debaters seated in the studio already. Adeyanju Mazeeda, a 16-year-old from Community Staff School, Asokoro.
Okay.
And the second debater is Maryam Ndanusa, 14-year-old from Rebuttals Schools, Abuja. You're both welcome. Mazeeda, how do you feel?
Feel good.
Feel good. Feel great and ready to go.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Nice.
1 million naira water preparation, yeah?
Yes.
How about you, Maria? Good to go?
Yes.
All right, then. So we're going to pick the sides they're going to argue on, and Madam Swat is ready to help them, hand them out. You're going to pick, and whatever side you pick is what you debate on.
What you debate on. So
Support the motion or beg to differ.
Beg to differ. So are you guys ready? Okay, so who do we start with? You just pick.
Okay.
I'll start with you, Mazeeda.
Closest to you.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let me hand you this. Okay. So let us know what you picked.
Mazeeda, what did you pick?
I'm supporting the motion.
You're supporting. All right. And you beg to differ.
Yes.
You would oppose.
Indeed.
Remember, the topic once again is social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers. And Mazeeda is supporting that motion that social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers, while Maryam Ndanusa is begging to differ, disagreeing on that. We'll get to see the strength of the argument as we start off. Judges, I am sure you're set. Timekeeper, set.
Very ready.
We're ready. Are you on Facebook? Are you on YouTube? Are you viewing? It's at Nigeria Info Abuja. And this is where we get started.
All right. Just to let you know that when I tell you to start, your time starts running. By the time you hear this bell, it means you need to stop whether you're done or you're not done. So I would urge you to put your thoughts together in the 3 minutes we'll give you to support your motion, starting with you, Mazeeda. And as I tell you to start, your time starts now.
With the vast
Okay, hold on. Let's go with our bill. Okay, go ahead.
with the vast majority of teens spending hours and hours of their time on social media. With the vast amount of teens spending hours and hours of their time on social media, it is worrying.
Go ahead. Don't worry.
With the vast amount of teens spending hours and hours of their time on social media, the question arises: social media and teenagers, are they a good mix? This is one of the most controversial topics surrounding the use of social media by teenagers. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debater, and members of the audience. My name is Adeyanju, and today I am here to support the motion which states that social media negatively impacts the mental health of teenagers. I would like to start by saying with the emergence of social media, it has made it possible for people to communicate with everyone around the world at a simple touch of a screen. Now, this has also made it possible for one to harass and be harassed. This is termed as online harassment or cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is hardly ever physical, so the pain the individual feels is mostly mental. It can aggravate already existing mental illnesses like anxiety and can cause mental illnesses like post-traumatic stress disorder, abbreviated as PTSD. Research shows that teenagers that experience cyberbullying are 4 times more likely to suffer from depression. and societal behavior. Moving on, I would like to point out an obvious fact. It's obvious that social media has made it possible for us to share photos and content of our day-to-day life. Teenagers are known to compare themselves to others. So when they view these photos and these idealized beauty standards set by some of these photos, they begin to feel down, and this can negatively impact their mental health. How, you may ask? It can lead to eating disorders, which can be life-threatening and in the long run. So I would like to also say that social media has made it possible for people to to interact without physically being in contact. This reduces one's communication and social skills greatly. I can bet you, if you pass a group of teenagers today, you would rather see them tapping away on their screens rather than engaging in meaningful conversations. How this directly equates to social anxiety. Social anxiety is a situation whereby one is anxious when kept in a social setting. It manifests itself in forms of fearing public interaction and being afraid of public speaking. I would like social media is significantly detrimental to one's health, and today I would like to end my argument here. I'm sure I'll be able to convince you that social media is negatively impacts the mental health of teenagers. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. That's a beautiful one. She was able to conclude her points even before her time.
All right. She left us with how many seconds?
I think about 30 seconds before then.
All right. So
Mazeeda.
she made her point, even though she begged to differ. We should have said the support, but it's okay. We're good with your argument, and we'll get set for the next one. I'm sure the judges have noted all they need to note at this point. Now, Adeyanju Mazeeda, Community Staff School at Sokoro. She's 16 and does not agree that social media negatively impact mental health.
I agreed.
You do agree?
She agreed.
She picked the.
She
agreed.
motion.
We're on course then.
Yes.
So you agree to it?
Yes. So, but she will beg to differ.
All right then. So.
All right. So, what's her name again?
Maryam
Ndanusa. Your
14-year-old.
starts now.
Good afternoon, my co-debater, the moderator, and judges of this special event. I'm very grateful to be given the opportunity to compete in the next round of the IPEX table, to be able to make my voice heard on the motion that social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers. Looking on the bright side, social media is a platform where teenagers can be able to improve themselves either mentally, physically, or even emotionally. It's a platform where they can improve themselves in different aspects of life. And these are my points on why I think social media is in fact a positive place for teenagers to be able to improve themselves. First of all, my first point.
Calm down. Just don't worry. You're on course. Go ahead.
You're doing great.
You're doing well. Good job. Go on.
My first point and why I think social media has in fact a positive effect on teenagers today, first of all, is education. Social media gives a platform to teenagers where they can be able to educate themselves on different aspects of life, to be able to research about things and to be able to gain more knowledge on different aspects. Social media also helps in career opportunities. Social media provides different aspects of career opportunities. For example, data entry jobs.
Maryam, you're doing well. Don't get thrown up. Just go on.
Can I start again?
Time is ticking already.
Just go
ahead.
Okay.
You can do
Education and cyberbullying. So social media is a platform where teenagers can be able to educate themselves on different aspects of life. They can also create. Social media also has career opportunities where teenagers can be able to.
All right.
Calm down. You still have some seconds to go. Try and get your thoughts together.
My next point on why I think social media has a positive effect on teenagers is increased awareness and social problems. Increased awareness on social problems. This gives room for teenagers to be able to think outside the box on societal problems and global issues. For example, the Palestine and Israel war. Teens can be able to analyze their views on what they think about the situation, and to be able to conclude and to even
All right, we're done with the presentation aspect of our debate, and begging to differ is Maryam Ndanusa. Maryam is 14, and even though she struggled a tad with some part of her argument, she did put some of her point forward. I'm sure the judges would have noted as she reeled them out. If you're just joining us, it's the first edition of the I Beg to Differ debate, Nigeria Info Abuja, and our debaters in the studio, Adeyanju Mazeeda from Community Staff School at Sokoro. She's 16, and she supports the motion that social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers. And our contender is Maryam Ndanusa, Roberto Schools Abuja, 14-year-old, begs to differ and totally disagrees that social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers.
I beg to differ. Coming back.
All right, we'll go on a very quick break, and when we return, we'll get to the rebuttal phase of the argument, where each contestant, the debaters, will take on point presented by the other and argue based on that. Stay with us.
Abuja, get ready for I Beg to Differ debate.
I feel optimistic to lend my voice, especially at this challenging time when indiscipline in schools reigns supreme.
People, especially students, have used this opportunity as an excuse to become lazy.
The premium brand debate of young stars exclusively on Nigeria Info FM, Abuja.
Students are becoming over-reliant on AI tutoring systems.
The competition is here and they are ready for the showdown. The winner wins 1 million naira and participates in the grand finale with students from finalists around the country. Be part of the debate through sponsorship. Call John on 08037003120.
In conclusion, AI isn't all good or bad. It depends on how we use it.
Info.
Let's talk on 95.1
Nigeria Info.
Informative, exciting, and stimulating talk. Nigeria Info, your number one for talk. Let's talk. And now we are back on I Beg to Differ.
This is Nigeria Info.
That would have known. I mean, they received the guidelines on how the debate would be for this, and well acquainted. We understand that sometimes the pressure, the light, camera, action, and arguing can put some bit of pressure. Yes, can put a bit of pressure on the debaters, but it's all good. Doing great so far. So we get into the rebuttal phase of this, where in the rebuttal, each debater is given 3 minutes to address and refute their opponent point from the presentation round. The judges will score based on that also. And I hope that Adeyanju Mazeeda was able to get some of the points that she put forward that you can use as your rebuttal. And Maryam Ndanusa, that you also did note some of the arguments you put forward to use as your rebuttal. Right? Okay. Are we set? Are we well centered and balanced now to go? Over to you, Madam Swat.
All right, so we come to you and your time starts now. Rebuttal.
The benefits of social media are, of course, many, but can we really ignore the negative effect it has had on the society? Starting on existing protocols, I used to remain Adeyanju Mazeeda, and I'm about to refute some of the points my opponent said. She started with education. Okay, yes, when you give a teenager a phone and give him unlimited access to internet, do you really think that they would go online to get information about things? No, they will do things for their own entertainment. Now, they are constantly complaining about how teenagers are abandoning their books, and I can bet if you ask some teenagers now what is going on around the world, they won't be able to tell you. But if you ask them what the latest song is, they will be able to give you and even sing it for you. So I really don't believe that people use social media for educational purposes. Awareness, okay, yes, good and fine. It creates awareness, but can't I also get awareness from reading my books? I can get instead of remaining on social media and getting points. Some of these points may actually not be correlated with what is actually happening in real life. So rather than that, I can actually spend my time researching, not on social media platforms, on other using other methods. I could go to my library. I could make good use of my library and realize and get more ideas of certain topics rather than going to social media where I know how easy my attention will easily be deflected. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. That's good.
All right. It feels like Mazeeda has a penchant for giving us all her point before the time is up. So no stressing the timekeeper with your time is up or ringing the bell. She drops it like it's hot. Thank you so much, Mazeeda, for that. So Mazeeda has had a 3-minute opportunity for rebuttal, and we head over now to Maryam Ndanusa. Maryam, are you ready?
Are you ready, Maryam?
Okay, so
we will.
Yeah, you've got 3 minutes. You don't need to speak too fast. You can pace yourself. The most important thing is that we get some points spelled out at the end of the day.
Remember, you have 3 full minutes, okay? So you can take your time. You don't have to be too fast. Just coordinate your thoughts and give us your rebuttal. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon once again. I still remain Maryam Ndanusa. I'm going to be rebutting the statements of my co-debater. First of all, she mentioned on cyberbullying. Yes, cyberbullying. A lot of people get bullied online on social media, and a lot of people get bullied online on social media, but a lot of people get bullied online on social media and also get bullied on other platforms. But have you stopped to notice that a lot of people, it's because of the
You still have time, so we're waiting. You have those points, bring them out. All right.
You still have time, Maryam, so go ahead. We're waiting.
Perhaps an applause will boost her confidence.
Let's give you a round of applause. You're doing well, Maryam. You just need to coordinate and slowly put your points. Okay, continue.
All right, go ahead.
cyberbullying. A lot of people get cyberbullying on the internet a lot these days. But have you stopped to think that a lot of these cyberbullying cases are made
You still have a minute left, Maryam.
You want to pass on this segment? You still have a minute, so we're waiting. All right. Maryam Ndanusa is faulting and begs to differ that social media negatively impact mental health in teenagers. And, well, we've
Maryam
got...
still has 37, 36 seconds to go. Maryam, do you still want to use your time?
You. All right.
All right. All the same. So, do we wait for the time to elapse? And then...
Oh, no, she's giving up the time, so would get them set. We'll get in for the closing, in which is another round of 3 minutes for you to give us, brilliant closing argument. Some of this argument that you think you left out in the beginning, this is the opportunity for you to bring those points out again. So you make your final point, you can respond to your opponent's rebuttal, and whatever it is you think is your ace card at this moment, this is the time to bring that hand out and play your best game as you close, because we have our judges. The reason they're not here is so that not to put you under any pressure. Then the secretariat taking note, and the judges will make the final call on how you perform based on your argument, your presentation, your style, your rebuttal, and the likes of it. So we'll just go on another break. Remind you of the Abex. If I remember, it's a round of 16. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll get brilliant debaters in the studio to argue for or against a motion. And this is just day one, and you already feel the tension. Going by the comments coming in, and the statement I see on Facebook, people are feeling the tension themselves. Like, hey, it's not easy. Oh, I remember in 14-16 when I debated, the kind of pressure. I always beat my pan like, relax, come on. We have a comfortable studio, and we feel like the ambience is enough to just help you relax.
And neither our faces look like any monster or something. So, I mean, it's a relaxed ambience.
Yeah.
But like you said, we'll take a break and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, stay with us. Don't go anywhere. It's still I Beg to Differ, the very first edition right here on Nigeria Info 95.1.
I Beg to Differ. Coming back.
Let's talk about something.
Nigeria Info Abuja edition of
I Beg to Differ.
I Beg to Differ.
I Beg to Differ student debate is back on. It's opened.
16 active, intelligent, brilliant debaters for the I Beg to Differ debate.
Back on track right now.
And you can be a part of it if you are a secondary school student. You are aged
13 to 16.
You can compete for a grand prize of
1 million naira.
So registration is open right now. And
if you go to our site, you see the debate questions. You give for and against in terms of your argument.
Once you do that, you'll be required to upload a 4 minutes audio recording of yourself, 2 minutes arguing in favor, and 2 minutes arguing against.
Don't forget that there will be amazing prizes that will come with the I Beg to Differ,
So the winner, aside from getting 1 million naira from here, will also participate in the national debate.
Get a chance to represent the FCT and be flown to Lagos to compete in the grand finale.
It's going to happen live in the studio. We're going to be streaming live, Facebook, YouTube.
If you want to be a sponsor, a good time to call as well.
Get in touch with us.
Just call Mr. John. He's our head of marketing, and he'll be glad to give you any information, any update concerning what categories you can sponsor.
An opportunity for you to sell yourself, to sell your company, to sell whatever products.
Number is 0803 700 3120. That's 0803 700 3120.
Cash in or capitalize on this opportunity to sponsor I Beg to Differ on Nigeria Info 95.1. I'll be glad to hear from you.
Let's get back to your reactions right now, shall we?
This is Nigeria Info.
Connection established.
Audio Jungle.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Next to differ. And from the top of the hour, they've been giving us their points. They've had opportunity for rebuttal. They're catching their breath right now as I speak, because they'll be giving us the closing in a few minutes. And some people are wondering why the judges are not here. You know, sometimes you don't want to like look at the judges in the eye and be wondering how are they scoring me at this moment. So we thought stay in the secretariat, stay somewhere away from there.
But we can assure you that the judges are watching, are listening, and are taking their notes down. They're impartial judges, and we expect that they're doing their jobs very well. Let's just keep them out of the picture as we carry on with the kids right here in the studio. And thank you too for all the responses we're getting on our social media platforms, talking about YouTube. Really appreciate the encouraging words for the girls.
Yeah, Banky says we cannot see the faces of the judges and the audience clapping. Don't you worry too much about the Monday. Relax. What I told you, Mazeeda Dahiru is one of the judge. We told you Irene Bangwell is also a judge, and they're doing a great job, behind the camera.
Yes.
Isaac Kogo, all right, would leave who you're rooting for. It's not a case of who you're rooting for, but you listen to their closing argument, and we'll get to find what the judges have to say about the closing argument. And we'll get the opportunity to get feedback from you also. Yes, we'll be taking calls, but after we are done, to just get what you make of it. Gambosako says they're both eloquent, except for the fact that camera can bring a bit of tension. Are you tense? Aren't you facing the camera?
I'm not tense. I'm not tense, but I understand if any other person feels tensed up, because sometimes it gets a lot of getting used to some of this everyday equipment, so you don't blame them, right?
I did get my own stage fright, day one on the mic, day one in front of an audience, day one in front of a camera. So you get that butterfly in your belly. But I feel like they are all balanced now, sipped some water, room temperature, I suppose, and are ready to go for the closing part of this debate. Maryam, are you ready? You ready?
I would like for you to open your mouth and answer. Just say, yes, I am.
Yes.
I love that.
At one point, I was hoping that you're ready, because I feel like if Maryam asks for anything at this point, we're going to bring it to make her comfortable. I'm glad we settled that water, because anything above this will affect the budget. Mazeeda, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. You seem collected, and we are ready to go. Etioko says, lovely debate and topic. This feels nostalgic. The people applauding should be faster with it. All right, noted. Critic.
Okay. All right, so we go into the last phase right now.
The closing.
Which is the closing phase. And to that, we give a round of applause. Okay. Kim?
All right, so over to you. Closing. As usual, we start with Mazeeda, who's supporting the motion. And then we'll get to Maryam, who begs to differ.
Mazeeda, your time starts now.
Good afternoon. I still remain Adeyanju Mazeeda. And to close, I would like to start by rebuting a point that my opponent made. She said cyberbullying can be although social media causes cyberbullying, there are also tools to prevent this cyberbullying. I would like to say that it's like putting a band-aid on a wound. Why cause the wound in the first place? In conclusion, social media can be significantly detrimental to one's mental health as it exposes teenagers to cyberbullying, body image issues, anxiety, and teen addiction. Yes, teen addiction. I didn't touch this previously, and I would like to say something quickly on this. Teen addiction. Do you know that social media works on algorithms? This simply means that they know what you are interested in, and they keep on showing content related to it, and this releases a hormone in your brain called dopamine. It's the same hormone you get when you are pleasured, like when you are eating food or when you are doing an activity that makes you happy. Now, and this also increases levels of stress, in case you don't know. Social media is a toxic place for our teenagers to be today, and we should try and rationalize the amount of time that they spend on social media. I'll leave you today with the question: do you think social media does not negatively impact the mental health of teenagers? Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Did she leave you with that question?
Well, she helped me with the question.
All right, she gave you also a minute, 25 seconds extra. Or what?
Exactly. She keeps dashing me the time. Thank you very much, though, for making your points in good time.
All right, that is Adeyanju Mazeeda, and she left a question there hanging. Doesn't sound like a rhetorical one. She means for you to answer with a brilliant argument at the end of the day. So we're going to get the closing from Maryam, and I just want a second to find out from Maryam that you're ready. You're good. Ready
Put
to
a round
go.
of applause for Maryam. Thank you.
All right, then. So 14-year-old Maryam will give us a closing on this motion.
The time starts now.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Maryam Ndanusa. We all know that in my rebuttal or in my opening, I didn't really set out my points well, so I'm willing to set out my points now as we speak. First of all, social support. The internet is a good place to be able to promote social support, where teenagers can be able to reach out to their family and friends, no matter how far in the world they are, as long as they have an internet connection and a device and a signal. Also, apart from social support from families and friends, they can also get support from organizations like MANI, Mentally Aware Nigeria Initiative. This organization is designed to help teenagers in mental health support, or even celebrities like Lizzo or the Wizard Liz. Lizzo helps in body positivity and self-confidence through her music, and the Wizard Liz helps in promoting self-growth in young people or in teenagers. Thank you. And for the next one is going to be education. Social media has created education and career opportunities. Social media has created a broad space for teens to be able to educate themselves on different aspects of life. Also, career opportunities. Career opportunities are also very vital, as teens can explore different career opportunities depending on their area of specification. My last one is also going to be increased awareness on global issues. Teenagers can be able to talk about some global issues around their communities, states, or anywhere around them, to be able to talk about it and learn a few things from other teenagers with their own certain points. Thank you once again, and have a great day.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
We've had their presentation. We've had their rebuttal. We had also their closing. And I hope they were able to convince you based on where they stand and not confuse you at this point in time. So would give our impartial judges, Majid Dahiru, Irene Bangwell, some time to compute the numbers and give us the feedback that we need to decide on how we played out. Remember, for the presentation, they'll be scored on number, quality, originality of unique point made, clarity of thought, and eloquence of presentation. For the rebuttal, number of opponent points they addressed, strength of rebuttal of each point, clarity of thought, and eloquence of their presentation. The closing also will be rated based on these criteria that we have spelled out. If by some chance we get a tie, we'll go in for the tea breaker round, which will be another 5 minutes each for them to argue opposite what they argued initially at this point in time. So we would go on a short break and get the feedback from the judges on what it is for the very first edition of our Beg to Differ Round of 16, first set of debaters. We'll see how it played out. While we're waiting for that to come in, we just want to get their feedback, and then we'll get to hear from you what you make of our debate.
I beg to differ. Coming back. This is Hard Facts. Hard Facts.
On 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Bring it on.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Audio Jungle.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Nwachukwu. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Fact Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info.
Golada, they felt it and they enjoyed the brilliant point put forward by our debaters, Maryam and Mazeeda. So, are we ready to get the feedback from the judges? If you're just tuning in, we mention our judges are Majid Dahiru, researcher, columnist, tech team lead, Luxera Leadership Foundation, Irene Bangwell,
co-founder of the NOSC 100 a Day School Kuje and a girls coach raising girls.
Okay, so here we go with the aggregate. Starting with Adeyanju, Mazeeda. Social media negatively impacts on health, mental health in teenagers. And she supported the motion that it does with her point. She's 16 from Community Staff School in Asokoro. For the aggregate presentation score, she got 5. The aggregate presentation was where she got 5. The aggregate rebuttal score, she got 4. Aggregate closing score, 6. Now, for her style of presentation, which is something they also looked at, they gave us 17. So, in total, Mazeeda Adeyanju got 32 points. "14-year-old Maryam Ndanusa, who begged to differ on the motion, got aggregate presentation score 2. Her aggregate rebuttal score, 1. Her closing remark was, it felt like she had a comeback at that point in time. And so she went up with the aggregate of 6. Her presentation style, well, the aggregate from our judges, 11. And in total, Maryam Ndanusa got 20. I guess the pressure is off at this point now that we know the scores. Right?
Yes.
The number has not synced in. You've not done the math yourself. Perhaps a quick reminder from Swat on what the total score is for each of them.
The aggregate for Adeyanju Omo Mazeeda is 32. And the aggregate total for Maryam Ndanusa is 20.
So, with this score, we know for sure that Mazeeda Adeyanju will be going to the next round of 8. And we would love to congratulate Maryam Ndanusa for being a part of this debate. Thank you so much for making it.
Thank you for coming.
I understand, yes, it was a bit topsy-turvy at the start with your presentation, the rebuttal, but you had a comeback with your closing, which is a good recovery.
Indeed.
However, there's a margin of 12 points between you, and we look forward to having Mazeeda return back to debate with someone new next week. We'll let you know what the debating point will be, and we'll look forward to other opportunities. Perhaps the next round of the I Beg to Differ debate. Maryam, I'm sure you'll be ready for us, right? You know how it goes. You felt the pressure, the butterfly, and you tell yourself, I am going to go with all the fire in my belly next time. Thank you so much for being here.
I must congratulate you, young ladies. You guys have done a fantastic job. You should be proud of yourself, Maryam. You should be proud of yourself, Mazeeda, because you guys, it's not easy to come here. This is the first time cameras on you, and you guys were able to coordinate yourself, even with all the little topsy-turvy. You still did a fantastic job, so you should be proud of yourself, both of you. Congratulations once again.
Congratulations. All right, and we would not let you out of the studio without feedback from our listeners. So we're going to take maybe 1 or 2 phone calls.
All right.
Be nice, people. If you think it's easy, come and debate. All right.
Remember, they're 16 and 14, so be kind in your comments and encouraging. That's the type of comments we want to have this afternoon.
All right, so 0700 951 0000. 0809 5974 869 or 0809 9930 137. 1 minute tops. Make your comments.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Swad. Good afternoon, Kimberly. My name is Abakar, calling you from Gwagwalada. Happy Children's Day. Happy Children's Day to all students in the studio and nationwide. Globally. Congratulations to Media Empire and Adeyanju for bringing this debating forum for the young ones. We are molding opinion leaders. We are preparing leaders of thought, because anybody who can master public speech is a leader, potential leader. And for those who have been experiencing stage fright, the way out of it to overcome stage fright is continue speaking. Continue speaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's hear another caller quickly.
Hello. Okay, I don't think this person is on. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Well, my name is Jamilu, calling from Utaku.
Welcome, Jamilu.
I must congratulate the participants. The station is doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And I want to let them know that both of them are winners. It's better to try and fail than not to try at all. And Mazeeda, she did very well. She did good account of herself. And Maryam, she tried. Though she came back late, she recovered, but she did well. Her presentation is very nice. I think her coach has to work on her levels. Keep on being nervous, but you guys even help her, because your presentation makes her feel comfortable, and they are such a nice student.
All right.
This is just the beginning.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jamilu.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate the kind words to the ladies.
All right, yeah.
Hello.
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 Hello, good evening.
Good evening. This is Dee from Lugbe.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Happy Children's Day to all the children out there. I just want to give a big congratulations to the debaters in the studio. I had a very nice time. Congratulations. And to Maryam, she's just 14 and she did excellently well. Kudos to the winner. I wish them all the best. I'm looking forward to this debate. Auntie Swat, you won't believe it.
What?
I was actually chewing my fingers. Like, I was nervous.
You felt the tension.
I was driving. I was chewing my fingers. I was like, God, you know. I had to concentrate. Like, I had so much fun. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yes.
Congratulations to the debaters in the studio. They did excellently well,
Thank
and
you.
we learned a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you
We're
so,
grateful.
so much. Do we
Thank
have
you.
time for one more?
Okay, one last call, and we'll let the ladies go. Oh, okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Zil from Lifetime.
Okay, Dr. Zil, we're listening.
I really appreciate them for the effort, but I am going to talk from the angle of a teacher. And that the other, though I've forgotten her name, the one that was a bit struggling, it's not about age. Debate is not about age. It's about preparation and focus. So she needs to work more, because we can't keep praising and not tell her where she needs to work on. And age is not just a number. You need to work on yourself and get prepared better than now. But then, coming out at least making effort is good. Kudos. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's the much we
So
can
you
take
guys
for
heard.
feedback.
I hope you have good feedbacks there, and you work on future endeavors, right? All right.
All right, so Maryam is out of their back to differ debate. However, Adeyanju Mazeeda will be back sometime next week with another opponent and the nail-biting intensity, which we hope would intensify because the second round of it will be even more nerve-wracking than this particular one. But I'm sure you'll be ready. Congratulations once again. We'll go on a quick break and we'll be getting set for the next round of debate coming up after the break.